The Xpeng G9 is still one of the most impressive all-electric SUVs we've tested in recent memory. It has plenty of space and in-car technology, is really well made and has the performance, range and charging speed to go toe-to-toe with rivals from Korea, Germany or even California. All it really needs is for Xpeng to run it on the right side and commit to building a dealer network here. The car is ready to hit UK customers. We were impressed by the packaging, look and feel of the G9 when we saw it at a static launch earlier this year. Please note that this is a 4.8 meter long, 5-seater SUV, slightly longer than the BMW X3 in terms of both overall and wheelbase. It sits on Xpeng's unique EV architecture, charmingly named Edward, and comes in 3 configurations, starting with a smaller battery version with a 308 bhp single rear motor and a 75 kWh LFP-chemistry pack that delivers 286 miles per hour of range. With dense NMC chemistry and 93 kWh net power available in 2 wide-range versions. One has the same rear drive setup as the standard range and gets 354 miles on a single charge, the other gets an extra 543 bhp, good for a 0 to 102 miles per hour time of 3.9 seconds, but sacrifices some range for performance at 323 miles per hour. Xpeng also makes bold claims about charging. The smaller battery version can handle up to 260 kilowatts of DC, but the 93 kilowatt-hours models can push that to 300 kilowatts, adding 60 miles of range in just 5 minutes, Xpeng says, when the car is connected to a fast enough charging point. Where the G9 is more interesting is inside. First and foremost, it's strictly a 5-seater, and so there's plenty of room for passengers given its 4,891mm length with a 2,998mm wheelbase. Chinese car design, especially when it comes to SUVs, seems to be a battleground for both the number of screens and screen space. So the G9 doesn't do so well with just 3 screens that don't flow from one side of the dashboard to the other. But by any other country's standards, 2 14.96-inch screens, one for infotainment and the other for passenger entertainment, along with a 10.25-inch instrument panel serve this SUEV quite well. Because there is very little on the G9 to indicate that it is a car designed and built in China. The neatly stitched leather on the seats and the soft touch trim materials and finishes in all the right places are quite impressive. The center console features metallic elements and subtle ambient lighting lets you personalize the cabin while you're on the move. The G9's XNGP system is even more advanced, promising door-to-door autonomous driving with minimal intervention when operational. The main changes are that it no longer depends on high-precision mapping, but instead overlaps data from its various sensors to create its own map of unmapped areas. All 4 main seats are heated and ventilated, plus the front seats get a massage function. The rear seats have electric adjustment for rake and thigh support, and the 60/40 split seats fold down electrically with a button in the trunk. Although the optional airbag ate up some of the trunk space, there was enough room for a few large bags. There is 660 liters of space without an airbag, which expands to 1,576 when the seats are folded down. With only 2 rows, there really is plenty of room for rear passengers, and the flat floor helps even more. The front passenger seat has an extendable footrest and the entire seat can be almost flat. The rear passenger can also move the front seat if desired. Finally, the spacious cabin is light and airy with a wide, non-opening panoramic sunroof. One of the new features on the G9 is what Xpeng calls the Xopera 5D multimedia experience. First, the sound system, which supports Dolby Atmos, has 28 speakers buried around the car, including the front seats. These work together with the air vents and fragrance dispenser in the center section to give a sensory experience.